Hello, my name is Leslie Sanchez, and I want to talk about how when the pandemic hit, it was during the middle of the semester back in 2019, and I just wanted to talk about how it affected our classes. So, I was taking about three classes in 2019 in the spring semester, I believe it was, and all my three classes were face to face. They were, I believe, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're about 2.5 hours long. And one of my courses were real hands-on. Um, we would have group activities, group projects, competition there within the class. So when the pandemic hit, it was real difficult to go online, which was virtual Zoom meetings, collaborate, I think it was called, over Blackboard. It was pretty difficult because our teacher really couldn't do what she wanted to do within the assignments that were real hands on. It also had to do with the fact that I had never taken online classes before. I knew that they were offered, but I never took the risk to take online courses. And obviously, we had no choice. We had a shutdown. So it was pretty difficult. It was also hard because some people didn't have internet connection. Some people forgot to join. They were joining late, etc. So it was very difficult. My other two courses, we didn't have Zoom meetings or anything like that. We ended up just having online assignments. However, the quizzes and the exams were on lockdown browsers. Some of them had monitors, some of them didn't. It was pretty difficult because I was also working full time. And when I had signed up for the classes, I knew that they were going to be in person. So when I took the opportunity to have my availability open at work, I knew that I was going to be able to handle it because I was going to have that hands-on, that face-to-face learning and be able to ask questions. And even though we could ask questions over Zoom, it was difficult because then some teachers couldn't hear you, and you just wanted to get the class over with. However, what else was I going to say? Doing the monitor, it was pretty difficult because I had never taken exams like that. I had taken all my exams from when I graduated high school back in 2017, all in person. And I mean, having, a quiet place at home is pretty difficult, living with family members, pets, the TV on. It was just pretty difficult, especially because I didn't live alone at the time. And, the monitor sensed everything. Sometimes I had my brother walk in on accident, and I would have to explain to my professor over the monitor and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, this happened." And I was scared at the time because it needed grading. And so I thought that, getting flagged, it was going to cause me like a letter grade or points to be taken off. And thankfully it didn't. I'm currently working at HEB, so if you have ever been to HEB before, you know how we're very friendly, it's very hands-on, face-to-face communication. So when the pandemic hit, it was very, very difficult because we couldn't really do much of that. And so going online and also working in those conditions was very, very difficult. Um, having a teacher over Zoom just on a computer screen, and they were trying to share their computer screen with PowerPoints and lectures. It was just difficult because for the most part, my teachers, their internet connection wasn't so well, so they were freezing, or like it would freeze at one point and then their voice would talk real fast to try to catch up. So it was very difficult. However, from then and on, I eventually liked taking courses online, and I learned how to work through it, and I learned how to teach myself at a certain pace within having due dates. So from then and on, when the pandemic hit, I never took face-to-face courses again, even though they were offered when the restrictions were lifted. I never went back. I did have, I believe it was called Synchronous, which was one day I would meet with them in person and the rest was online. I think I had a few courses. I do graduate this coming December, so I did take quite an amount of courses, and I tried to take advantage of taking as many as I can online and within summer to help me. So it's pretty interesting how at first when the pandemic hit, it was very difficult for me to do online courses, and from then on I never took face to face again. So that was very interesting to me, and that concludes my video.